Welcome to your astrological natal chart forecast report. This is the Peace Dealer, and I hope you gain the utmost of quality from this report. We are, of course, going to look into your natal chart, and right off the bat, I can already say very safely that, well, actually, before we even say that, we do see your rising is in Leo, your sun's in Libra, and your moon is in Gemini. But it's not just that simple. In fact, oh, awesome. In fact, if we take into account your Leo rising, okay, this establishes without a doubt the royal nature, the title of queen, king, queen, uh, in your identity, making you Queen Brandy. But even more exceptional here, not only are you a master of masters, so in astrology, you're a master of masters when you're born with all three levels of mastery here. When we look at your 21 degrees of mastered Leo rising, and then we look at your 27-degree mastered Gemini moon, and then we look at your 21-degree mastered Libra sun. This not only denotes that you are a master of masters, if not the master of masters, but it also denotes, without a shadow of a doubt, are you ready? You, my friend, are an alien. Which is even more ironic because I'm convinced that Libra is alien. We were joking about Aquarius being an alien. Turns out Libra was an alien the whole time too. Crazy. Okay, so it looks like at all three levels you're alien because I don't include Jupiter, but Jupiter is definitely a part of the construct. We will include Saturn and Pluto, though. Those are the main ones. So technically, you are an instrument alien and you're also a power alien, which is a huge deal because you harness extra dimensional energy at an insanely powerful level that actually sets you above a lot of people around you. And thus, this comes with a huge level of responsibility. As a Leo rising, you have to be okay with this weird element of people just kind of throwing you shade for no reason. A lot of this has to do with the square to your Scorpio, which provides a private element of jealousy for you just breathing. There's nothing rational about this, and you having Pluto on your sun is going to make you the epicenter of receiving hate. I want you to think of Drake. Think about how many people hate Drake and have never met the dude. I mean, there are people who just don't like him. Now, I'm not going to say that he's like a perfect dude, but I'm just trying to illustrate how, with him as an example, I mean, there's just some people who hate this dude. Never met him, though. And that's actually because he's a Hades sun. And he has a sun next to Pluto. Pluto is such an extreme psychological unconscious energy that without purity, it manifests in all sorts of negative vibrations from people. This is everything you're directly aware of, especially when it comes to people's characters. And it's nothing that you should ever doubt because it's actually alien. Alien pertaining to the presence of Pluto on your sun and Saturn on your rising. So definitely be okay with the element. I mean, I think you like it. I'm not gonna lie. I think a part of you likes conflict, but like um, you're definitely going to. And it's not as black and white as people just throwing shade. It's going to be this weird, petty, sideways, like even within like small talk conversation where you might have to catch yourself like, did this bitch just throw shade at me? Did she just say that like that? Don't take that personal. And the reason why it's gonna really come off weird is in most cases, there's really nothing that warranted it. But this is where it's more irrational. There's no reason, there doesn't have to be a logical reason why. The strength and power of the energies you represent will evoke unconscious energies in others that are not pure or don't have integrity. And this will expose hidden aspects of them that you're directly aware of. So I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Saturn is the Titan King, so you're really more Titan Queen, Brandy. Okay. The legendary Titan King that castrated his pops before he ate his children because his pops said that his children will overthrow him like he overthrew him. But other than that, I have the same Titan King on my moon, so it's a very interesting energy. But the strength here on your rising, I want you to see as a badge, or I want you to see as completely official. It doesn't really matter what people think about you. It doesn't really matter what people say about you. You're a queen, and you need to understand that that type of holding accountable to that type of status is going to evoke jealousy. It's going to evoke this opposition that feels entitled to what you naturally have. And this is where your legacy with MC and Taurus is to tell these energies to kiss the goddamn ring. Anyway, yeah, so you are a Saturn instrument alien who can confront the dark side and win, like the gangster you are, and fight intergalactic wars, okay, amongst other things. And we also see here that you are not only a Saturn instrument alien, but you're also a Pluto power alien. Please allow me to illustrate how huge a deal this is. Because having multiple, I'm just a vessel alien through my moon, so it's unconscious. But I want to maintain that the more alien constructs one steps in with, the more it enables an individual to really step into this great level of supernatural ability through various channels. So we know that you're an instrument of karma and you have the power of death. You can literally just give someone a death stare and boom, they have a car accident. But I mean, this is where the integrity of Saturn comes in. This is why you have this type of supernatural ability, because you wouldn't have the lack of integrity to just get mad and then just like induce someone's car accident because someone spoke to you the wrong way. And this is where now you might be rolling your eyes like, okay, I don't know, Peace Deal. I think I did that last week, but I'm just joking. But yeah, this is I just kind of want to illustrate how dangerous potentially your abilities are, but also how you have so much integrity in heart and soul that this doesn't necessarily this is why you have such power like this. Because when it comes to Saturnian power and Plutonian power, it requires a certain level of balance, which we see evidence with your sun in Libra, that you can use this power to overturn anything that comes out of balance. This even relates to certain uh, certain abilities of chronokinesis harnessed at a heart level. Oh my goodness, for you to fully tap into. So I just kind of want to illustrate this. Libra is one of my favorite signs. You, my friend, are a complete and total badass. We know that you're Queen Brandy, but we just have to kind of illustrate that the level of your badassery is super badass. And you are up there with the badasses. If there was a badass Mount Rushmore, your name should be there. And this is what the North Node in Scorpio with Uranus and Mars is going to help you carve. Because there's a hidden quality to your genius that will be lost on most people, mainly because they're dumb as hell. But this is something that your Gemini moon can actually have fun with because it plays with the idiosyncrasies of language and most people's inability to actually reason and logic. This is very, very amazing because you have this fire sign, you have this fire sign energy with the double air Gemini and Libra, which is just so badass because master Gemini moon here at 27 degrees gives you the quality of enlightened justice. You are judge, jury, and executioner. Oh my God! You are so badass. You got the judge here with the Saturn on your rising, presiding over the court in the matter of the heart. So you can just judge the integrity of someone's heart right off the bat, let someone know how authentic they're being or not. We got the jury with the 11th house Gemini. Your soul is tapped into the truth of other people's minds. So you can literally be jury. And then you're executioner too, my friend. You got Pluto on your sun and then Mars and Scorpio. Bam! This is badass. Not everyone incarnates as judge, jury, and executioner. You could even think of you presiding in court with Saturn, and then the jury is your own 11th house and you're listening. But yeah, my friend, this is very important. If you think about how your 7th house is empty, you're getting ready for controlled opposition. And it's time to blast off on these fools who think that they can step to your royalty. And I'm not being sarcastic here. I'm not trying to be cheeky. I'm not trying to be funny. You're going through a Uranian opposition. It's time to really establish this authority you've been meant to establish. You have a very super rare aspect that no one else but your generation will go through, where you're going to have Uranus opposite, the same time Saturn's going to be opposite. And that's a very fancy way of saying, you MFers better not get me twisted because I will finish you. And I will show you what fear means through power. I know that sounds like very villainous, but it's actually just Pluto and Saturn setting things straight because you can't mess with integrity, Saturn, and purity, Pluto. So the enlightened nature of your soul allows you magical receptivity into the truth of every social interaction you take your third house awareness into, which is so very important because as a third house Libra, you speak up about issues of unfairness in relationships that shows other people how retarded they are when it comes to relationships. And I, once again, like, I'm not really trying to be sarcastic here. That's the Pluto Libra generation lesson. Wherever Pluto is, you're basically just supposed to show people how brain dead and like crazy they are. Let me not. I hope using the word retarded wasn't offensive to anybody, but specifically here in Libra, it's literally exposing a mental retardation in the mechanism of social interaction where you are directly aware of people doing literally the dumbest things in relationships to where now you literally have to enlighten a motherfucker and be like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but like you're not supposed to do this when someone's talking to you. It represents a lack of class and modicum. The more you know. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but you're actually supposed to listen to people when they talk to you. You know, just breaking down casual stuff like this that most people should know. And thankfully, you have a very classy way of doing this that doesn't come off as totally belittling of other people. But, you know, if they're out of integrity, please don't feel like you shouldn't belittle people who are crossing the line. Disrespect is definitely upheld to people who are respectful and respect you. But there's a very important element of ego death that you instill that's really meant to teach a valuable lesson, as we see evidenced by a 29-degree retrograde Chiron in your ninth house, which opposite your sun is really going to have a lot to do with healing the masculine assertion people can believe in their own characters by not being fake as hell and repping an authenticity that enables eccentric qualities that has really nothing to do with image but everything to do with passionate authenticity. It's a fancy way of saying that you really perform a great service to humanity by putting people's egos in frickin' check. But there's a magical quality, once again, to how magically, or rather, how quickly your mind can process and supplement this Gemini magic to know what to say, where your Libra is how to say it in the attitude of what you want to think of their third house as skill set, and so you have very amazing creative social skills that allow you to intensify social interactions, dissect them, and with Mercury here, casually communicate them as if you're not even breaking down complex social situations because you're so badass. But we also see your rising is in Leo, and this is what now anchors this air energy with the strength and regalness of courage and passion, so that you say everything with your chest, and you don't look like an air sign nerd that just knows a lot but is just like, and then I know this, and then I know. You say it with great passion, and people look at you like, wow, this woman is intimidating but on point. And that's amazing. We do see your MC is in the 10th house in Taurus, falling in the ninth, which is a fancy way of saying you're going to make big stacks, especially as Saturn makes its way around the MC. The development of one's legacy in Taurus with the MC here is slow. In fact, it's the slowest, but it does grant some of the hugest returns due to the hard work that builds you up here. Something to keep in mind now that Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter are transforming your lifestyle to upgrade the sense of lifestyle and luxury. Sorry, to upgrade the sense of luxury that you experience in your lifestyle, so you can actually live like the queen that you are, and basically just come into obscene amounts of wealth moving into September, moving forward. This is even more amazing when we now take into account Venus that you have in your fourth house, allowing for manifestation of the wisdom of your worth as a Libra sun that you express privately, and gives you a rich inner life. Although I'm not going to lie, that fourth house Scorpio for Leo risings is definitely mysterious. Secret family issues. Uranus and Mars in the North Node are actually taking success consciousness that you naturally have had your whole life and use it to really manifest firmer foundations to counteract the chaotic nature of your private world, as drama is just a part of your life. Because as a Libra sun, you're the supporting role character with the personality of the lead role. This is all about Leo, my friend, and Leo is the main character. And so Leo has Libra, the supporting character, who, in my opinion, actually acts better, but is really just here to support the lead. And Leo is a phenomenal. I don't want to shade Leo in any way, but there's genius in having the more skilled actor actually support Leo, just so we can bring out greater versatility and range. And this is what is going to really make extreme, to a certain capacity, your heart. Not Plutonian extreme, but Scorpio black and white, I love you all the way, or get out of my face, because I don't do that lukewarm love stuff. And you know what? We also see Mars is here, so there's an element of inner genius that goes into the psychological depth of how you harness energy and how you act based off of destiny. Mars on the North Node is a fancy way of saying that every action you take is aligned with destiny. But keep this in mind, because the square between Scorpio and Leo is going to evoke an irrational sense of jealousy. Especially as an air sign, people are just going to get in their feelings with the things that you say, and they're going to expect you to have to be okay with it because they feel a certain way about it. But thankfully, you remind people that facts give no care about your feelings, and that despite how you feel, the truth is the truth. Would you look at that? Isn't that crazy? Wow. We also see that Neptune is in Sagittarius, granting you clairvoyance and vision that aid into the creative development of your inner child, and allow you to really just channel creativity based on the experience you see. This also allows you psychic, intuitive experiences with children that show you and guide you. If you think of children as a construct instead of individually, like the essence of children working through children. And this is not just limited to children, but the inner children and adults. This also is geared to oppose your moon, to gain deeper intuition of the inner workings of your mind with visual stimuli to show you the way forward. This sextiles Pluto and Libra to lend forth the psychoanalytical nature of your attitude and conversations to be colored in with the depth of perceptual grace that allows you powerfully to color in the black and white of the constructs detailed by the logic with which you transform minds with. Because if there's anything people need more than ever in this life, it's not Jesus, it's not Quetzalcoatl, it's logic. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, I want to end this reading off with Uranus and Mars that you have in Scorpio, because the square to Saturn can serve to inhibit this purely creative, unconventional genius element of your being. This is not human, and so there's really no human way to understand this. Oh, the moon's on your Venus right now. This is very much more so a god like energy that takes into account elements of existence outside of time, or at least outside the bounds of time, and it will allow you to feel into phenomena before it's even happened, especially with the presence of the North Node. And a whole lot of what you're definitely going to secure is a private space for, special people to gain transformation and development. But in a roundabout way, this is actually going to transform the economy of the world. Um, Outside of this, the integrity with which you express your personality grants you your own authority. So it's not like a soul authority where you want to go within. You really just want to set the understanding of what it is you establish with who you are, and allow that to set the precedence moving forward. This authority of heart that you identify with is completing as it goes into Aquarius, and relative to your Saturn return represents this mastery of taking this more responsible, mature version of yourself and now holding others accountable with the work that it has done on your behavior and how you've polished your lifestyle since 2017 to reflect the discipline of your personality in your routine, thus now allowing you to raise the standards of extraordinary partnerships you manifest or bring into form, and also pretty much prepare your world conquest. And yes, I do mean world conquest coming into the next decade as Saturn makes its way into Taurus in your MC. Thank you very much once again for ordering this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. This was definitely very much so an honor to do. You stay blessed as always. It is always a privilege and honor to interpret charts for alien queens. Please don't ever be ashamed of your power. Please don't ever be ashamed of your extraordinary quality. You are definitely a great blessing. And because of you, the dynamics of how people perceive relationship constructs will never be the same, as you simultaneously facilitate and prepare people for significant relationship contracts just by even having small talk with them. You can have small talk conversation with someone and prepare them to meet the love of their life. And neither of you even have to be conscious of this. You stay blessed as always.